So I'm going to put a little context around depression from a spiritual standpoint.
Okay.
So we have, and actually I'll give you a bigger framework for it because I wanted to share this with you anyways. And I think it will help you. So this is my opinion. You're going to hear the words that I speak, and you're going to use your intuition to gauge whether or not they resonate with you. And then you'll have this recording, you'll play back some of these points in the discussion, and you'll see if it feels right to you. My belief is that we're only here for a very short period of time in this physical body, and that we go through a perpetual cycle of reincarnations. And each of those incarnations carries a mission or a purpose for which we've come. We choose others and we choose circumstances that will help us on our mission, and we'll likewise be able to help them on their mission. The mission that motivates us is almost always oriented around virtues or some form of personal development. It uses the practical world in the same way that an artist might use a canvas, but the actual artwork itself is our being within that incarnation. It's the choices we make and how we paint our painting. Okay, so the physical body, your wife and kids, the home that you're in, the career that you're in, the intellect that you've chosen, any illness that ensues, depending on the manifestation of it, a lot of that is all pre-incarnation choice that was designed to create a set of circumstances that you could learn through. And when it comes to learning, for most of us, there are exceptions to virtually everything that I'll share, but the general population, when I speak of virtues, they want to learn to be more compassionate, they want to learn to be more loving, they're trying to learn to be maybe more self-assured, they want to find their voice, courage or confidence. Somebody who has anger issues wants to find peace and consistency of emotions. Somebody who has insecurities wants to find confidence. It runs on a million different levels. And our journey is to recognize at some point that the church is very good about speaking of the virtues, especially the teachings of Christ, which were all oriented around the virtues and service. But the whole orientation of it is to identify which those virtues are, or what parts of your being are calling you most loudly, to affirm that as part of your choices, your active decision making, and then to come into alignment with your intentions and your feelings that support those decisions. Okay, because we can say anything we want, but then we have to ask ourselves, what was the intention behind what I said? And then what were the feelings underneath that intentionality? And when we can find that perfect alignment, that gives us the best shot at identifying what our mission is, which is what are the virtues or the areas of our being that we're trying to work on most. In the event we find ourselves in depression, and we're not depressive. Some people have incarnations that are clinical depressions that they have to contend with. But if our being is not a depressed being and we go through a period of depression, it's almost always an indication of fundamental misalignment, which is our soul is saying, hey, you've got to break from what you're doing. That's why medications that allow us to persist in a state of depression and continue to do what we're not intended to be doing are actually terribly detrimental for the journey of the soul, which is crying and screaming for change. And it's going to a depressed state, sometimes a very deep depression, where it's saying nothing else matters. We're going to make it hard for you to get out of bed until you let go of the path that you're on, because that path is not the path intended and you're wasting this incarnation.